Hi friends. The first thing we need to address when we are starting tarot card reading, starting out on our journey as a tarot card reader, is which tarot deck should I buy, especially as a beginner. Because when we go to the shop, go to the market, or whether we are purchasing it online, there are n number of decks. You will see so many decks that you will get confused. And you will see images on the decks. Like in this deck, you see lots of images, but you cannot make out anything because everything is related to nature, and you see animals, you see birds, and you feel quite lost. So oftentimes as a beginner, when you look at cards, either they will all end up looking daunting, or you'll be like, what is happening here? Sometimes the images on some of the tarot decks are very elaborate, but it is difficult for a beginner to interpret. They are very beautiful and they're very good tarot cards, but not meant for beginners. So the best way, the first tarot deck which every beginner should have is the Rider-Waite tarot deck. Firstly, on the Rider-Waite tarot deck, you will see images, and along with the images you will see something written. It is very easy to make, comparatively very easy for a beginner to make out which card belongs to what, because first and foremost, understanding the structure, understanding the different kinds of cards that are there in the deck, that takes time. So to begin with, you'll be able to make out what card is which card. First you need to be able to pick up a card and identify what card it is. So it will be simple in this case. Secondly, all the material that is available, most of it is available for Rider-Waite tarot deck. So when you're learning this deck, you will have material readily available for you, whether you talk about tutorials, whether you talk about online videos, whether you talk about books, anything that you talk about, the maximum material is about this deck. Also, it is the most widely used deck. So what happens is that when you have doubts or queries, you can at least ask someone. Almost everybody has seen, heard and used the Rider-Waite tarot deck. So when you ask someone, you're not stuck with a card which is less popular. When you're trying to still learn the cards and you ask someone, that person may or may not have used that deck and may not be able to help you that much. Most importantly, the Rider-Waite tarot deck has got images and it has got some text written on it. Both of these serve as a key when you are trying to understand the meaning, memorize the meaning, and in the beginning when you are doing a reading and you are still not sure about whether you remember the meaning of every card, then at that time these images and this little bit of 1 or 2 words of text really helps you to kind of trigger off the memory, and then you can build from there. So I will suggest you to go straight away for the Rider-Waite tarot deck if you're a beginner. You can buy it online, you can buy it from any store near you. In case you need, I have mentioned links in the description box. You can buy from there. Now for those of you friends who have joined this course, because I have seen many people who say that I was gifted a tarot deck, so that is why I have joined. If you have been gifted a tarot deck and it is not a Rider-Waite tarot deck, then it could possibly be an adaptation of the Rider-Waite tarot deck. It is a very high chance. So in that case, if you have a deck and you want to learn tarot, just check if it is an adaptation. If it is an adaptation, then this course will still hold true for you. The only difference is that you will have to understand which card is what, which you will understand through this course, with the help of this course. But then we will also have to see how the difference is between the Rider-Waite tarot deck and the deck that you have. Meanings remain the same, but in some cases there may be slight variation in the meaning based on what you see additionally on the card or that which you do not see on the card at all. Also, I would not recommend that you go for an adaptation. If you're buying a tarot deck for the first time, I will not recommend that you go for an adaptation of the Rider-Waite tarot deck, for the simple reason that very often in these adaptations what you will see is, for example, for 8 of Cups you will not see the image but you will see 8 cups. This happens for almost all minor arcana. So in that case, for you to memorize what the meaning of 8 of Cups is gets very difficult, friends. 40 minor arcana from Ace to 10, memorizing everything without the aid of having the visual in front of you is very difficult. But yes, if you plan to go for multiple decks right at the beginning, right now itself you want to buy more than one deck, then I would recommend you buy one Rider-Waite tarot deck, and apart from that you can buy something which appeals to you, which you look at and you want to buy. It will naturally call out to you. You can buy such a deck. So friends, I hope that clears the doubt, and before we proceed to the next video in our course, I would recommend you quickly buy your tarot cards. In case they're gonna take some time to come, you can still proceed with the course because we will be showing all the cards in the videos. And friends, in case you have not yet subscribed to the channel but would like to watch the videos and would like to receive notification each time we are uploading the new video, then you can subscribe to our channel. You can also hit the notification bell. If you have any queries, any questions, please feel to post them in the comments section below. And now we will move on to our next video where we will understand how to handle our tarot decks. Before we get on to being a tarot card reader, this is very important. You really should know how to handle your tarot